Bettie Page was the most popular pinup model in America in the 50s. In fact, she was a precursor for the sexual revolution, and today she's more popular than ever, mainly among women in their 20s.
Why do you think that is? How do you explain that?
Well, Bettie had a very kind of modern attitude and look, and she allows women to feel comfortable with their sexuality.
Great.
She and I had the same entertainment attorney, and he showed me a book about her before it was published, Bettie Page, Life of a Pinup Legend. So when I saw that, I said, well, this looks like a good idea for a film.
I'm a burlesque dancer for the Bada Bing Babes. We perform at TSI. I'm also in a theater group called the Infernal Doll Factory. I do modeling, I write, and I'm a musician. I've loved Bettie Page since I was probably about 15 years old, and I started rocking Betty Bangs when I was 16. I'm a Bettie Page lookalike because when I was about 16, it was for Halloween. I was her for Halloween, and I didn't have bangs, and I pinned it up, and I just really loved it. It was a huge, dramatic hairstyle for me, and it was like the best I've ever done, and still to this day, it's like the best haircut I've ever had, so I think I'm going to keep it forever.
This year's festival is going to be great. Last night we had a full house at the opening film, and we even had a good showing at the 4 o'clock film. Everyone seemed to have a really good time, and it's been great.
You know, the 50s were quite a time of ferment and of repression, morally and socially. And, you know, but strangely, a lot of our icons come from the 50s. You know, Marilyn Monroe and James Dean and Marlon Brando and rock and roll. And so many things, you know, came out of that, the beatniks and all those things. And Bettie is an important part of the freeing of people from the repression and conformity that characterized the 50s in America.
I know that she was pretty iconic with the whole pinup movement, and that after she finished that, she also converted her life, became a Christian, and worked for Billy Graham. So I remember seeing the Billy Graham Crusade when I was 13, when he came to Jacksonville, so I thought that was pretty interesting.
It's a great presentation of the life of Bettie Page. She was a very interesting person, a little bit controversial, but an excellent, nice lady. She started out in high school, just kind of getting in the habit of posing, and then carried it on to be her life work.
It's a far cry from most of his documentaries because he usually does things like the Savannah River nuclear plant. So this is a real change of pace for him, and it's been quite a challenge for him. He's been working on it and interviewed Bettie when she was in her 70s, so that's a long life that she lived and many facets to it.
Thanks very much. And for those of you who are Bettie Page fans, this is the movie you've been waiting for. And for those of you who are not, maybe tonight after graduating Bettie Page fans. Thanks very much.